Sorry guys, technical difficulties there. My phone would not flip when I just brought you guys up. So I had to cancel that last one and then bring you guys up again. So hopefully, let me see if I can get us brought up on my iPad so I can watch any comments that might pop up here. So right now, in the full swing of our 24-hour stamping sale that we are having, Stampin' Up, this is the biggest Stampin' Up sale of the year, or stamp sale that we have. You get 15% off any of the Cling stamp sets. So Cling are red rubber stamp sets, and those are the stamp sets in the annual catalog. So pull out your annual catalog here, and when you go through this catalog, you will see when it says a Cling stamp set, that's the stamp sets that are on the 15% discount. So just to let you guys know. All right, let me see if I can get us pulled up here, because of course, for some crazy reason, I have a heck of a time trying to find myself on here every time we do a Facebook Live. All right, so I am coming on today to show you guys how to make that super cute. I showed it to you guys on Monday, how to make this super cute little, what is this thing called? Tea bag holder. It's a little gift holder. All right, there we go. It looks like I can see myself now. Woo-hoo. It's always a good time when I can bring myself up and it actually works decently. Doesn't happen all the time, but it's good when it does. All right, so we are going to be making this little tea bag holder. It holds 3 tea bags in here. I've tried to use some of the fall flavors, or that might be good for fall. So we are going to go ahead and get started on this, but I did want to just let you guys see that I have put the downloadable flyer, which has all the sale prices, the discount prices on this sale that's going on right now, and it's for today only. So make sure you don't miss out on that sale. All right, I am Danny Garola from Stampin' the Pink Barn. When this is done, when we are done doing this, I will download this to my computer, and then I have to upload it over to YouTube. So once I do that, I will then put this video up on my blog. So it's going to take me a little bit to get it uploaded and everything. But in a couple of hours, I will be putting this over on the blog, and then you'll find all the dimensions. You'll find an ingredients list, so you can, if you want to purchase any of the stuff that I used today, you can go right into my store and do that. Here is my current host code. Use this host code if your total order total is under $150. If it's over $150, do not use this host code, because Stampin' Up is going to give you some rewards, and I want you to have those. All right, so remember, stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. While you're over there, you can join or sign up for my newsletters as well. It's over in the right-hand column. It'll say newsletter right underneath the posting for this host code if you would like to see it, or you can screenshot it here and have that for yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and make this little tea bag holder. All right, so the first piece that you're going to need is your base. Now this is going to be the piece that is going to create your actual outside of your box. All right, so this is 3 by 8 3/4. We're gonna score it at 3 1/8. Three quarters. 6 7/8. This is where we're gonna have to pull our arm out here. What did I say? 6 7/8. And 7 1/2. Okay, just like that. Now that is going to be our little box. So we need to go ahead and fold on these score lines, just like that. We're going to go ahead and varnish these. Just like that. Okay, so now you can see that that's how that is going to fold. And then we need 2 pieces, and I'm using rich raspberry, and I'll show you our cinnamon cider. This is rich raspberry right here. I'm using cinnamon cider for my inside accordion fold piece because I'll show you in just a minute when you see the DSP that I'm using, the designer series paper that I'm using, goes really well with these 2 colors. All right, so these are, you need 2 of these, and this is 3 by 3 1/16. So you need 2 of those, and make sure you keep them. You're gonna want your 3 part when we go to put it where your 3 is measuring up at the top when we go to do our scoring on that. But I'm just gonna show you all the pieces at the moment. Then you need 3 pieces. These are for your inside flaps to hold your tea bags. These are measuring, like I said, 3 of these at oh no, you need 4 of them. Sorry, you need 4 of these, and these are 3 1/16 by 2 7/8. So 2 7/8 by 3 1/16. Okay, so like I said, you need to have 4 of those. Okay, then for our designer series paper, we need 1 piece that is 2 7/8 by 1 1/8, and then 2 pieces that are 3 by 2 7/8. Okay, now before we add all that, let's go ahead and do some of our scoring here. So you're going to want your 3 inch across the top. Okay, so you're going to put this, and you're going to do this to each one of these pieces. So let's do the first one. We need the first one at 3/8. Okay, so 3/8 we're going to score 1 1/8. We're going to score 1 7/8. Do another score, and 2 5/8, and score that as well. Okay, just like that. Now you're going to take this piece and you're going to flip it over. Okay. Now you're going to score this at 3/4, 1 1/2. And 2 1/4. Okay, just like that. All right, so there's our little folds. So then you're just going to take this and you're going to accordion fold it, just like that. Okay. So then you have a little accordion, and then when you're going to use this, you're going to use it with your 2 ends folding up like a W. Okay, so if it's like this facing you, that's wrong. You need to make sure it's like the valleys and the peaks with your peaks facing up at the end, okay? Then let's go ahead and do it to the next one. So make sure our 3-inch piece is at the top, which it is. And we're going to do this at 3/8. One and 1/8. 1 and 7/8. 2 and 5/8. Okay, and completely flip it over, and you're going to do 3/4, 1 and 1/2, and 2 and 1/4. And I have to give a big shout out to the Paper Pixie. I watched her video, and I swear I watched many of these tea bag holders, and she has probably the most easiest directions I could ever figure out. So I got my inspiration from her. All right, so now we're done with that for the moment. And let's go ahead. There's our pieces that we need. So like I said, our little ends are flipped up. We're gonna set those off to the side, and we're gonna come in here with our base piece. You're going to need your corner rounder, and I'm going to round the corners of our top flap. Just like that. Okay. And then we're also going to take this little piece here, and we're going to do the same thing on it. We're going to round the corners of that. Okay, just like that. Yeah. All right, now this is going to go right up here on this flap. So if your paper is directional, you're going to want to watch when you go to do this to make sure your paper is facing the correct way when you go to put this on here. Luckily, the paper that I'm using, which this is from the Blackberry Beauty, I decided to use this one right up here because I loved that I could use that cinnamon cider with it. And then you've got that Blackberry Bliss, which here's all the coordinating colors, beautiful colors, but then I can still come in with that gold foiling, and I just love the look of that. But it's not an overkill of foil. All right, so let's go ahead and attach this. I just opened this glue, so I have to remember that I don't have to apply very much pressure to the one I just threw away because it was pretty empty, so I had to keep tapping it to get all the little bits of glue because it's just how I am. I always have to make sure I use all the glue out of my container here. All right, so this is going to go on the back here. So watching that, I have it facing the right way. So again, my 3-inch mark is going to go up here. Or actually, no, my 2 7/8 is at the top. And you're only going to have a little 1/8 of an inch border around there. Okay, and then now watching this piece, I'm going to put this one on right here. Now, if you want to, you can purchase those little tiny magnets, and you can put a little magnet before you apply this paper down, you could put one of those little magnets on the inside with one of our little glue dots. And then when you put the paper over the top, it would conceal that that magnet is there. And then you would do the same thing on this. I'm not using a magnet for mine because I didn't have any magnets on hand. But I'm going to use these little Velcro pieces. I picked these up at Walmart, and they're, you know, the negative and the positive. So I just like the little sides of these. And because they're clear, once you put them on here, like once you see this, you don't really, I mean, you'll see the top part, but the bottom one is clear, so it kind of just blends in with your paper. And I like that. Okay, so now let's work on our inside here. So we need our tear and tape to adhere these ones down. So with our tear and tape, we're going to put it on the very far one over here. Okay, and then the next one beside it. And then you're going to skip one, put it on the next. Skip the next one, put it on the next. Hello, Becca. And then skip the next one and then put it on the very last one. Just like that, okay? Then you're gonna do the same thing with this one. So you're gonna put it with your flaps out, you're gonna put it on the first one. The second one, and then you're going to skip every other one from there. Now you might think, okay, well, what if I don't have tear and tape? You could, well, I don't know. I don't think you could get away with doing it with a liquid adhesive. You might be able to use our Seal Plus. It might work. But tear and tape has a very, very good adhesive that it works best on a lot of these projects that you're going to do and give as gifts, because you kind of want the gift to last a while and don't want it falling apart for your recipient. So tear and tape is one of those really good tapes that really work nicely as far as giving the person a thing that's not going to fall apart. Okay, so now those little 4 pieces that we had here are now going to go inside of these. All right, so you're going to start with this side over here and then leave these 2 for last. I was going to say start on the right hand side, but I guess that if you had it this way, you don't want to start on the right. So start on the one where you don't have, use the one where you have the 2 pieces for last. And I got to get my take a pick tool because I cannot ever get this off of here. Okay, just like that. And make sure your piece is your 3 at the top, because these pieces are 3 1/16 by 2 7/8. So you want your, where'd my measure go? You want your 3 and, so you want the 2 7/8 at the top. And then your 3 3/16 will go this way, I think. Hold on. Let me double check before I screw things up. Yep, that's right. So yes, your 3 1/16 will be on your, is the piece that you're going to be adhering to your tear and tape, and your 2 7/8 will be at your top and bottom. So when you go to apply this down to your tear and tape, make sure you only leave like 1/16 of a gap from your score line and the edge of this. Don't put this all the way up against the score line, because sometimes it causes an issue and you won't be able to shut your little piece correctly. Okay, now go to your next piece. Pull that one off, and now you're going to do the same thing. Just like that. Ah. Pull the next piece off. Okay, and then on this one, you're going to pull off the one that is closest to your flaps. Adhere that down. Just like that. And then now you're going to pull this piece off and push it over onto that last piece, just like that. Okay, now when you go to do this, this will fold up just like this, and that will be the first side of your piece. Now when you go to do this side, you're going to now start again on that same one double side and adhere that down. You're going to have tear and tape little strips laying everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to place this straight down on here. Again, leaving that little bit of a gap from the score line. Now this is when it gets a little bit fiddly, so you're going to have to just take your time and play with it until you get it the way it needs to sit correctly. Because now you're going to have to pull this piece and then push this piece in without getting it stuck to this piece to this. So you're just going to have to, like I said, take your time and line it all up and get it to stick down. Just like that. When I made the first one, I was like, how in the world am I going to get this to lay flat? But it works. You just, like I said, you just got to kind of play with it. Okay, and then take this piece and lay it down. Just like that. Okay, and then the last one, pull this up and then do the same thing. This last one is probably the hardest one because it wants to, these want to curve as you start placing these down. So just know it's supposed to be curved like that, and that's an okay thing, because you're going to then push this and kind of manipulate that paper around. Hello, Lois. And then, for some reason, my iPad is just not wanting to work. And like I had told you guys, my internet is so cruddy where I live. I live very, very rural out in the deserts of Tucson, Arizona. So we don't have very good internet connection. And it shows when I'm trying to do these videos and things just don't want to cooperate. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the curve go towards the back part of my piece here, and I'm going to adhere this straight down to this piece here. So if you kind of hold it like this, you'll see that this is going to fit right inside of that and close very nicely. So I need my tear and tape again, and I'm just going to run it down the sides of this. Just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to place this watching my bottom and my top to make sure I get the right space in between my top and my bottom. And you'll have just a little space between this little closure piece or your little packaging pieces and your actual base. And then what we're going to do is put some more tear and tape here, and we're going to stick it to the back. And then I'll show you how to do the little Velcro piece that I have on there. Sure that is down. I'm just going to turn my iPad off because it is not wanting to cooperate. So pull that side off, and I'm going to pull this side off. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to watch the bottom here and then just lay this straight on to that back. Just like that. Then you can come in with your bone folder and kind of crease those down to make sure they have a good adhesion to your box. Okay, just like that. So see how you have the 3 little openings in there? So now we can take our tea. I didn't grab 3 more tea bags, so let me pull the ones out of this box. And then you can put your tea right inside of those 3 little pouches. And I tried to go with some fall flavors. So I did like the vanilla chai, and this one is spiced chai, and then the other one is peppermint. Just like that. So they fit in there snug and perfect, and the person can still reach them and grab them out with no problem. Okay, so let's put the little closure on there, and then we're going to put just a bit of a decoration on the front of this little box because we want to kind of cute it up, right? What I do is I stick one of these right on my, negative and positive on here, because to make it be perfect on the other side, they kind of have to go together to make sure they match. So I'm going to stick my top one up here, make sure I get it kind of centered, hold it down with the other one still attached to it. Then I push this down and push this down, and then it will make sure it gets the perfect match every time. Okay, let me get some of these little pieces out of the way. And then what I was thinking for the front of this is I grabbed some of the Blackberry Ephemera pack. This is such a reasonably priced pack. I think it's like $6 or $7 for all the pieces you get in this. So you get this beautiful little frame pieces with this. Then you get some of the label pieces here. You get 2 sheets of each of this. My little owl keeps trying to fly out of this one. But you get 2 sheets of these. I used this one in this last Monday's Facebook class that I did. Beautiful colors in that. And then look at these, and these little tags didn't want to stay in here either. But look at these foil pieces here. Aren't those stunning? Oh, they're just so beautiful. So I was kind of thinking on the front of this, actually, you know what? Let me grab my Blackberry set. It's actually called Beauty of Tomorrow. I didn't even think about grabbing this set, but I was kind of thinking maybe of doing one of these little greeneries and then maybe doing the birds, since we've got the birds on here. If we do that in a Blackberry, so I'm just going to grab a little scrap of white, and this is a cling set, so this is the red rubber that I was talking about. This set is not on sale because of the fact that it is in our holiday catalog, and so the ones that are on sale are stamps that are in our annual catalog. All right, so I'm gonna grab Rich Razzleberry. Oh, did I tell you guys that this was Blackberry Bliss? This is Rich Razzleberry. If I don't know what I said. Who knows with me? So tap, tap, tap. This is the little bird here. Beautiful little bird. And I love, this is one of those distinctive sets, I think they call them, where all the little images, or maybe it's not a distinctive set, I don't know, but these sprigs and whatever this stuff is, and the bird is so realistic looking with all of the shadowing, and just the little pieces of his wings is such a beautiful little bird. Oops, and I forgot to grab the die set. So I'm gonna die cut this little bird out, sparrow or whatever the heck kind of bird it is. Ah. I am having a heck of a time getting this lined up, but there we go. I got it. For some reason, I am very shaky today, and I don't know why. And I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, so it's not the coffee issue, because I do know that if I drink too much coffee, I get a little bit shaky, but I didn't. I only drank 1 coffee today, or 1 cup today, so I don't know what's going on. Who knows? I just had a doctor's appointment, so I had my annual checkup, so I know all my lab work came back good, where I'm not, you know, any of the things that would give me the shakes. So I was thinking maybe putting this piece like this. I don't want to have anything interfere with my flap, so I was kind of thinking maybe going like that. Is that too much? I think maybe that's too much. So let's see. You know, when there's an idea in your mind and then when you go to put it on paper, it just doesn't work the way you think it does. That's exactly what is happening right now. Because in my mind, it seemed like it was going to work good. So maybe we'll just take well, I kind of like that, just like that, and then if we put the word hello in there, but I have to go find a stamp set that has the word hello in it. So hold on 2 seconds. I found the best year, and this says hello. So we might just put that right on there because that might just give us just enough. Or if you had a sentiment, geez Louise, I cannot get this thing off of here. If you have a sentiment that said, for you or to my friend or something like that, that would be really good as well. I'm going to grab my Rich Razzleberry again. And I guess I'm not going to use the bird. But I'm going to move this kind of over towards the left-hand side of this little label. Just like that. And then when I go to put this on here, I have enough room to put that just like that. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit of glue just on this center piece here. Ooh, after I get my glue booger off of there. Just like that, because this is just going to go right on there like that. Okay, and then we're going to put that on dimensionals. So you don't really even have to decorate this. I just, like I said, I had something in my mind and that didn't work out right, so we have to improvise, right? Go with something else. Okay. So I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on the back of that. Just like that. And then put this kind of right up here. Just like that. So there we go. That is such a cute little gift with those little tea bags in there. These are perfect for teachers, for your mail carrier, for your doctor's office receptionists and all that good stuff. Anybody that you might know that you know it's that time of year when people are sitting around and sipping on tea and coffee because the air is getting cooler outside. Not much here in Tucson, but it is cooler than, you know, our 115 degree summers. We have been in the mid 80s, you know, for the last like couple weeks. We've been able to shut our air conditioning off, so that's been really nice. So just wanted to show you guys this. You guys can always come back and watch this, rewind it, get the measurements and see how to put that together. Like I said, give me a little bit so I can get pictures taken of this and get the dimensions and everything put up over on the blog, and you will be able to go on there and see the replay of this video. It will be through YouTube then. So if you watch it through YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and that notification so you'll know every time I post a new video for you guys. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me on this Facebook Live. Don't forget that stamp sale that's going on right now. I have included the link to my store, so make sure it says up in that top corner that you are shopping with me, Danny Garola, and there's a picture of me holding my catalog. And then with this host code right here, if your order is under $150, hit that little add host code. And if you're on my blog, there is a link, or at the bottom of this description of this video, you will also find my host code, where you can just like run your cursor over it and copy and paste it, and that's where you will add it in when you go to your checkout. You can add in that host code. All right, you guys, thank you so much for sticking. Oh, look what came in the mail today. For those of you that subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I got my Paper Pumpkin today. Woo-hoo, so exciting. And so this is the this one was the Peaceful Christmas. I'm not going to show too much because I know not everybody has gotten theirs yet, but you get a stamp set, you get a Stampin' Spot, and then the directions and everything, and beautiful little tissue paper, everything on how to put this together. This one is no longer available, but there is a link on my video here in the descriptions that you can always subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Every last Thursday of the month, I do a Paper Pumpkin Facebook Live where I show you some alternatives to the current or the previous month's paper pumpkin. So I will be doing that on October 28th at 6 p.m. here Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time, and that's also Pacific time right now. Now coming in, I think the first week of November, everybody else has their daylight savings time. We do not here in the state of Arizona. Our time is always consistent. We don't do daylight savings. So I will then in November be on the same time as Mountain Time, because right now Mountain Time is an hour different than me. So that's when Pacific Time will then become an hour earlier than me. So won't get into that whole big spiel because that's all confusing business. But like I said, you could subscribe to the upcoming paper pumpkin, and just to give you kind of a little sneak peek of it, because this is all we get is a sneak peek. So it says that you will get to enough supplies to create 9 oversized treat bags with coordinating food safe bags. So how cute would it be to be able to give a little treat box with your popcorn or whatever you choose to put in it? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that, the popcorn, and put the marshmallow in it, and then take some peppermint candies and crush it up, and then put that in with my marshmallow covered popcorn, and then maybe give that and a little tea bag to my customers or to the people that show up to my live classes for kind of just a little thank you for, you know, being with me and sticking with my in-live classes. And because 2 times a month I do an in-person class. So, you know, or these can be thank you gifts for my customers as well. So you can subscribe to this. Always know that once you are subscribed, that you can always go in and suspend a month. Say you don't want these treat boxes, but you want the following box, which we know nothing about at this point in time. But when it comes out, I get this on the 11th of October is when I get the new sneak peek of the upcoming box. This will end on November 10th. This will be no longer available after then. And then the new box, I will find out on November 11th what is currently going to be coming up. So if you don't want this one, you can always suspend it for a month and be like, no, I'm going to wait and see what comes up next month. And then you can start your subscription up. So some people don't know that. Also, one last thing. This comes with the Flirty Flamingo Classic stamp spot. So this one you saw, it came with that shaded spruce. This box is going to come with that super pretty Flirty Flamingo. If you're a pink lover like myself, you are going to want this box simply for that pink stamp pad. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your week. I will see you back here on Monday evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Time. So have a good one. Thank you, guys. Bye.